What is going on, guys, over on the RzoR channel? RzoR Richie here, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. The gameplay you guys are going to be watching in the background is by V6 Tempa. This is a triple nuclear on the map hijack with the AN-94. What I want to talk to you guys about today is a pretty funny story. Basically, the reason why I got expelled. For you guys over in like Europe or UK or stuff like that who don't know what being expelled is, or if you do, and I'm talking to myself like an idiot, basically you get kicked out of school. You get in trouble or something, and they kick you out to where you're not allowed to come back. So I'll make that short and sweet. But yeah, so that basically last year I got kicked out of school. It was the last week of school exactly. Like there were 7 days left of 5 days left of school. The next Wednesday we got out, and this happened on the Wednesday. But basically I got expelled for the most stupidest reason you could ever imagine. Just because of how petty my school is. So I guess I'll go ahead and tell you guys a story. Now, there's always that guy in your school. You always have that guy at your school that is like super nerdy and that has no friends, or the friends he I can't even talk. The friends he does have are like the really nerdy ones and stuff like that. The ones who aren't really popular. They're mainly just the kids that sit in the side of the lunchroom. You guys know what I mean. Just the nerdy kids. But this was him. This kid's name was Brian. And I've always had problems with this kid. Everybody has problems with this kid. He thinks he's like super hard and he's untouchable just because all he has to do is go cry to a teacher. Now, me personally, I don't really care what my teachers think about me. I don't care what my school thinks about me, and I certainly as hell don't care what he thinks about me. But basically what happened was he got me in trouble twice this year, and the second time is what I got expelled for, which I'll tell you guys that here in a second. But what happened was his name was Brian, like I said before. He was getting a drink from the water fountain. I walk up behind him because he's in the same class as me. We had U.S. history, and he takes a drink of from the water fountain. He takes about 15 seconds. He stops, looks right up at me, and then goes back down to take a drink. And he's been standing there for about 30 seconds. So I'm like, Brian, get out of the way. You're gonna make me late to class. And he's like, what are you gonna do, Richie? And I was just like, I just started laughing. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he started walking down the hall because our class was down the hall. I started walking down. He was standing at the door. I seen him at the door, which normally the first thing he does as soon as he walks in, he goes in the corner and he starts playing on he plays on his phone or something. It's not even a phone. It's like a little, was it a DS or something like that? I think that's what it's called. Something like that. And, that's what he normally does. But he was standing at the door. Now, these three chicks were standing at the door. They're the popular chicks or whatever. And, he's going to, of course, after what just happened, he's going to try to act real hard, because he didn't think I was going to do anything, because he's done this twice before, and, he's like a little nerd, and I don't want to feel bad when I snap him in two pieces. But he's standing there, and I walk in, and when he does, he gets right in my face. Like, he's literally breathing on me. His nose is almost touching mine. It looks like we're about to kiss. It's fucking nasty as hell. I can smell his breath. He needs to brush his teeth. And he has his fist balled up like he's gonna fight me. I just, literally start bawling out laughing. And I just pushed him out of the way with one hand, because he was like some little small nerdy kid. And I just pushed him out of the way. I go to walk in my seat, and when he does, he pushes me. He pushes me into these three girls. I go right between them, and one of them falls to the ground. And when that happens, I was like, no, you did not. You did not just do that. So I turn around, I grab him. I grab him by two hands up by his shirt collar, and I literally just toss him out in the hallway. I just throw him out in the hallway. He slides 15, 20 feet. Now, this is no joke. This is the funniest thing ever. He literally slides across the ground, because our floors are pretty slippery at our school. He just slides right across the floor, and what stops his sliding was that he hits a brick wall, because we have these brick pillars in our hallways, because our hallways are pretty wide, and he smacks into this this pillar. And, immediately my teacher already knew it was me. Didn't even see it was me, because, where our class is in, it's kind of like an indentation into the wall, and then there's the door. And she starts immediately yelling, Richie, go to the office, go to freaking out. Like she just seen somebody get shot because of how hard I threw this kid. And so I go to the office, and I wound up getting suspended for 5 days. Now, what happened the last week of school, what I'm about to tell you guys happened the last week of school and what got me expelled. Basically, I walk into class with one of my good friends, Tyler. Tyler's actually over at my house right now. But we walk in, right? And at lunch, we get these raisins, and we throw them at people in classes just because it's funny. We'll throw them at anybody. Sometimes we'll throw them at the teacher when she's not looking. But, we throw them. I throw it at this chick. Her name's Brianna. I throw it at her, and I miss her, and I hit him in the back of his head. And he doesn't start crying, but his face gets really, really red. And you could hear in his tone like he was about to cry because everybody started laughing at him because it hit him, and he didn't know it. And then somebody said something to him, and he stood up, and he started crying. He was like, Richard just, or well, he didn't say Richard. He said, Richie just threw a raisin at me. And I was like, I started laughing, because it was funny. And he started, he ran out in the hall because Miss Mathis, which was my teacher, was like, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, grow up. He threw a raisin at you, so what? That's what she told him. And he went out and got another teacher. Guess who the teacher was he got? Mrs. Nolan. You know who Miss Nolan is? My history teacher. The same thing teacher that I got into it with the last time when I threw him out in the hallway. So she went up and, she told me to go to the office, which I didn't go to the office. I went to my 6th period class, which was math, geometry. I went to geometry, and basically during 6th period, I had one of the assistant principals, a counselor, and the police officer, because there's a police officer at my school. I'm pretty sure there's one on every high school. I may be wrong. Maybe it's just because of my high school. But they told me basically my school year was over and that I needed to go home. So basically I got into my car. I drove home, and what was even greater about it was for the last week, because the last week after that was going to be all finals, I got an A+ on all my finals. That's how bad they didn't want me back at school. So I thought that was pretty cool that I actually got A's on my finals. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this story. If you guys don't mind leaving a like and subscribing to me if you guys enjoyed this commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.
I could give you the sky and the light will guide you. Running the wild, that's where I'll find you.